The Iraqi army says it's recaptured nearly 90 towns and villages from Daesh since the offensive to retake its last stronghold began last week. Well, according to a US general, more than 800 Daesh militants have been killed in the operation so far. Soldiers have also found bomb-making facilities and tunnels. Well, let's go now live to our Andrew Hopkins, who is in Erbil in northern Iraq, with the latest on this. Andrew, can you just give us then the latest on the operation and also explain to us how we can tell how much progress is actually being made in this operation and campaign?
Yeah, Paul, we're now 12 days into this particular offensive. Many officials saying it's going to last 2 to 3 months, and Iraqi troops to the north of Mosul, they're saying they're just a few kilometers away from the city, and to the south there, they're still 30 kilometers away. They say, as you mentioned, they managed to capture 87 areas that were held by Daesh around the city, but really at the moment we're dependent on what the Iraqi military and also statements coming out of the United States, sort of coalition forces, if you like, as to what's really going on here. But one interesting bit of information you mentioned there, which we could look at, which is the US statement that 800 fighters from Daesh have been killed in this operation so far. And you might remember that at the start of the offensive, it was said that there are about 5,000 Daesh fighters in Mosul itself and up to 2,500 in the surrounding countryside. Now, if you put those two figures together, you've got 7,500. Now, it appears that what the United States is saying at the moment is that they have actually killed more than 10% of the Daesh fighting force.
Can you just give us an idea then, Andrew, of kind of the resistance that Daesh are putting up, not in terms of how resilient they are, but also the tactics that they're using?
Yeah, Paul, you mentioned just a short while ago the booby traps, but the Iraqi military has been given a few more details about what Daesh has been up to. It says it's had to destroy 127 car bombs in this operation so far. It also says it's trying to reach a town called Hammam al-Alil, which is south of Mosul. This is an area where there have been reports that Daesh have killed a number of former army officers and police officers. And this is really as a deterrent to try to stop some of the other locals from joining in, supporting the US and Iraqi offensive that's going on here. And of course, we know about one of the other tactics that Daesh has been using already, which is counterattacks, where they've been launching assaults on other towns and cities in this region to try and divert resources from the main operation there in Mosul. One of those cities is Kirkuk, where there are quite a number of different ethnicities, different religions there. And the people in the city, they're quite worried that a Daesh attack could happen at any time. And not only that, that they're not going to get adequate protection from the central government in Baghdad.